Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you the BSL Finals. Oh my god, we're on game number 6, and Mihu leads 3-2 against Dewalt. We are on Butter now. 2-player map, so Dewalt definitely is going to have an opportunity to dictate the flow of this game. So we'll see what he ends up deciding to do. I hope that you guys have enjoyed BSL. We are nearing the end. And it's been an interesting one for sure. I love seeing the Chinese players play. I love their different styles. It's really interesting to see how they look at the game, and especially this guy, especially Mihu. All right, so yeah, Butter, 2-player map. Here goes Dewalt's probe. So it looks like it's just going to be a gas steal, no offensive gateway, which I think is probably the best way to play, honestly. Like, you should always offensive gas. It seems really silly to ever not. Like, to just let Terran do what they want, where you can actually just screw up everything. But yeah, the offensive gates, I'm not as fond of, honestly. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. Seems a little bit gambly, and, you know, Dewalt needs to win this game. So, I mean, you could try to gamble that you're going to be able to catch Terran not microing well or something like that, but here, just running in, getting ready to steal this gas. Going to get up there just in the nick of time. Really well timed out. Yeah, takes that about 6 or 7 seconds before Mihu was going to. So that's like basically as good as you can do. You know, you're taking it as late as possible, so you haven't given up much of your economy, and you're taking it right before they would. So a little bit of micro back and forth here. Good blocking there from Mihu. Pushes that probe back. A little bit of repair going down as well. Really like to see that. And it looks like Dewalt's going to Nexus first here as well. Okay, so he's gone offensive gas Nexus first, which I think is actually pretty good against Mihu, because Mihu doesn't normally throw down a second barracks. If you do throw down a second barracks, then your opponent is, like, unable to do this without going Forge. But, you know, he's got the probe in here. He sees no second barracks. The one SCV that left the base is already down here, so he knows there's nothing on the map. So I think Dewalt's doing a good job here. That first Marine pops out. Probe has to run. And I think what we'll see from Mihu is just a fast command center himself. Now we have a pylon going down at the natural. That's probably for the possibility of a shield battery if he feels like he needs it, but he's not going to. Mihu does throw down the command center as expected. Now going to start working on that gas. And yeah, it's, I wouldn't say even, I would say like just slight edge Dewalt, but not the biggest deal for Mihu, I think. He's going to clear this gas as quickly as possible, which is the important thing. Oh, that's so annoying. The probe comes back and harasses, knowing the Marines want to go back to attack. Oh my god, the gas there. Oh, snap it! Yes! Oh, such a good move from Dewalt. Like, so ridiculously worth losing the probe to slow the command center this much. Dude, this is an incredibly slowed command center. This was just fantastic from Dewalt. A really good read on the situation, really good micro, great execution. He's got to be feeling good after that. Now, Cybernetics Core is coming up. Probe's being transferred. A single Zealot is walking out, but with 4 Marines coming down, you got to be careful about that. 4 Marines will destroy a Zealot. Yeah. Turns around very quickly, but not before losing some shields here. Has the second Zealot out. Now, 2 Zealots kill 4 Marines, so the Marines probably can't keep going. 5th Marine and SCV. Okay, if you block with the SCV and micro the Marines well, you can kill 2 Zealots there. Especially considering one already took some damage. Shield battery coming up, so see that pylon does pay off. He feels like he needs it, so he's making it. And I think against this, yeah, it's very smart to make the shield battery. Definitely worth. And with a 3rd Zealot, this is so comical to watch, right? Because it's like now 3 Zealots wrecks this. In fact, 2 with the shield battery win. So he has to just turn around. It's been like this back and forth. It's like, yeah, 1 Zealot beats this, and then oh, this beats 1 Zealot. Then, oh, God, now he's got 2. Well, this beats 2. Well, now he's got 3. Okay, go home. We're done this game. Double factory on the way for Mihu, who is backing up. I think he should make a bunker, honestly. I think this is getting a little bit greedy from Mihu. I really do want to see a bunker from him. He's got like a healthy amount of Marines, but you come up with 3 Zealots here and like a Dragoon. Okay, he is making the bunker. So he's, yeah, and he's going to have that in time. I'm not too worried about this. Great land. Just have to target, and you should be all right. He's not really targeting. He starts to target, and yeah, he's still going to have enough. Kills off all the Zealots. That was actually a great trade for Mihu. Dragoon comes up, but too little, too late. Kind of surprised Dewalt actually attacked in there because, yeah, just number-wise and, like, where he had everything landed, Mihu was pretty safe. Okay, so we have Reaver Tech coming up. 2nd gateway. 3rd gateway. Okay, okay. Dewalt looking like he wants to get aggressive. 2 factories are up, and now the engineering bay coming. So one other quick thing is Dewalt has a probe down here. This is generally where you take a 3rd base on Butter. And now, I mean, I feel like I've seen Dewalt do this before where he goes 3-gate Reaver and tries to bust, which is kind of weird because you don't normally think of Reaver as a bust unit, but sometimes Protoss will use it in that way. You know, a lot of times Reaver is like, okay, harassment or holding a push. To bust, it's like if they have a very entrenched position, the Reaver not likely to help, but sometimes they have like clumped up tanks or something. Yeah, I guess we'll just see what Mihu's defense is actually going to look like. Floating the engineering bay for some high ground vision. Very, very good move. Throwing some turrets down. The shuttle can fly in between these. So, little bit suspect, those turrets. We'll see if Dewalt finds that opening. Turret here with the bunker, just in case of DTs. 3 siege tanks already. 2 more on the way, looking pretty good. Dewalt looks like he wants to take another base. Reaver with shuttle coming up now. Dragoons retreating. When are we going to have that Nexus? I am wondering. Shuttle speed is on the way, by the way. All right, shuttle coming up. Oh, flies into that turret. He is going to find the way in between. This is something we've seen from Mihu, is he doesn't space the turrets super well. Like, very oftentimes there's room in between 2 turrets that he will make, which, of course, is very dangerous. Good Protosses will try to punish you for that. Not a big punish here, but just something to point out. And, of course, when speed comes up, it'll be even stronger. He does throw down another turret now. Two more factories coming up. Siege is up here. Yeah, that Reaver harassment going to be done now. We have speed and mines coming up. Dewalt with that 3rd Nexus. A lot of Dragoons coming forward. Dewalt's army is, like, perfectly suited to hold off a push. If Mihu tries to push here, he's going to be in trouble. Is he going to try to push? I mean, normally when you go to 4 factories, you do. Armory is coming up. He does have the Academy. I just heard a scan. Thing is, you're playing against Reaver. So anytime you're playing against Reaver and you went for something like a 4-fact, 5-fact, or 6-fact, generally the Reaver offsets the math enough that Protoss is just going to end up holding. And it's oftentimes better to just go ahead and expand by yourself. Now, a few Vultures running out onto the map lane. A couple mines down this side. Maybe going to do some scouting. Maybe lay some additional mines to see where army movement is. Dewalt throwing down extra gates here as well. Going up to 6 gates. Producing more Reavers also. I love the Reaver just chilling here. Waiting for any units to come forward. He has an observer kind of watching that also. 3rd Nexus is up and mining. Has transferred some probes over. Some of the Vultures getting caught as they run around, just getting that intel, which is so important for Mihu. Lots of Vultures being produced. You can see his gas starting to peak up quite a bit. No upgrades going for Mihu as of yet. He did get the armory, but still no +1. Ooh, nice Scarab right there, and now going to try to bomb a Zealot off at least. Dragoons run up as he unsieges. Ooh, the Reaver does not get its Scarab off there. Let's see if he can get one, though. Okay, gets one. Overall, a better trade for Mihu, but a lot of very damaged tanks. If Dewalt had gotten, like, 1 more Scarab, maybe 1 more Zealot on top of these, you're going to get 2-3 tanks, and suddenly it turns towards Dewalt's favor, but Mihu once again showing that attacking him is very tough indeed. Dewalt trying to figure out if there's any way to kill off this tank. There is not right now, at least not efficiently. More speed shuttles coming out. Second Reaver is ready also. Just kind of backing up, and Mihu does just take the third. So this is actually, if you're a Mihu fan, this is exactly what you want to see here. Range for the Goliaths coming up, continuing to produce. All right, Mihu going to dive in towards that main base. A well-placed second turret here is going to snap that shuttle. Good scarab, but Mihu doesn't care. He's going to eat a bunch of shots, lose a couple of units, and that's okay because he clears it very, very quickly. Gets his SCVs back mining ASAP. Looking good for him there. Solid defense of that drop, I would say. Dewalt, though, kind of finding his stride macro-wise. He's down a couple of workers, which is pretty common against Mihu. He's so steady on the SCV production. But peeking up in that army supply a little bit right now. A lot of vultures being sent over to the side. Mihu's sending some siege tanks as well. We haven't seen a lot of big TVPs here, but it looks like we might now. I'm kind of excited about it. The vulture's just rotating around as the shuttle tries to find some ways to find damage. Another Nexus coming up. We have the Templar Archives, but no Psystorm as of yet. A Stargate, so we should be seeing Arbiter Tribunal coming up then. Definitely not a bad plan. Always nice to see Speed Shuttle, Psystorm drops followed up by Arbiter. We'll see exactly how quickly he's going to do that. I mean, with the Stargate out already, probably right away. Few Dragoons get caught by those vultures. Some beautiful mine laying. That was actually really well done from Mihu. Might find this Nexus as well. No, the Dragoon's going to come down and force those back. You do not want to lose the Nexus to vulture raids right now before it even warps in. Really important, actually, for Dewalt to get this fourth base. You've got to be up a base against Terran. Dewalt getting ready to take yet another one. Vulture's coming up to fight against these Dragoons on the ramp. Mihu trying to force his way up. Right, some nicely laid mines here once again. But of course, Dewalt will go ahead and kill those mines off. Get rid of the vultures as well. Probably send another probe to try to expand once again. Probes being transferred over to this location as well. You can see if you take a look at the mini-map, or if we just zoom out and look. Mihu has some really well-placed mines around the map that are giving him, like, a lot of confidence, I would say, is part of it. A lot of feelings of safety. Like, if you know the Protoss army isn't on the left, it means that you can completely ignore an area like this, right? Like, he's got enough that, like, a Reaver drop itself won't do it, and that means he can focus elsewhere. And so I feel like that's done a very good job for him so far this game. Now, Mihu is moving out with his army. It's not that, well, 12 siege tanks. On a maxed army, that's pretty low nowadays, but I guess it does fit Mihu's character of being so vulture heavy. Now, Dewalt has to pull back. Obviously, you can't fight a maxed army with like 8 Dragoons, so he loses a few there. But lots of Psy Storms are going to be available, it looks like. Oh, God. I actually missed this somehow, but a big bomb into the main base. Looks like he's killed a few SCVs. The Reaver's doing a pretty darn good job overall. Utilize that Corsair as well to tank the shots. A pretty popular move. In the meantime, it looks like Mihu's push over to the side. Dewalt is trying to break right now. A little counterattack from Dewalt here as well. Oh my God, Mihu losing on multiple fronts. The drop in the main did a good job. This counterattack doing a good job. Well, actually, Mihu might end up getting this Nexus, so it's not all for nothing here. Dewalt will end up killing off the rest of these units, but losing that 4th Nexus is very painful. He lost some probes there as well, so not as far ahead anymore. Single Wraith out here will be able to kill off these shuttles if they are not retreated immediately. A new 4th Nexus for Dewalt. His probe count, though, maybe not quite as high as he was hoping for right now. Crazy situation here. You know, the dive in and the small counterattack against the massive attack of Mihu. And yeah, I guess, you know, that massive attack, Dewalt still had enough to clean that up. So the unfortunate thing is that he lost a Nexus. If he had saved that Nexus, this would be like overwhelmingly in favor of Dewalt right now. But losing the Nexus suddenly, I'm trying to figure this one out, right? Because Mihu lost some SCVs. Notice that, like, he's not mining out as quickly as he has in other games. So he's still got a lot of play left on his 3 bases. He's going to have to think about a 4th relatively soon anyways. And then over on Dewalt's side, like, he's got good tech. Arbiter is on the way as well. I hear something. It looks like there was a Psystorm drop over here. Not too many kills, though. Still 51 workers, which is pretty solid. When your patches are getting this low, if you're not planning on expanding again, like right that second, I think 51 is going to be fine for you. Because you're going to fall down basically to like 2 base economy pretty quickly anyways, and 51 is more than enough for that. All right, Stasis is coming up, getting the Observer upgrades as well. Observer sight range. I like it. It's actually a very good upgrade. You get enough money late game, absolutely grab that one. Speed first, though, always. Speed is amazing. Okay, Dragoons going around, clearing the map quite a bit. By the way, it's just +1 against +1. We have EMP on the way. +2 has been started as well, but Dewalt, once again, Mihu showing is a bit slow as far as those upgrades go. Very normal for his style. Okay, well, that is so many units. Obviously, you can't attack here. A couple Dragoons getting caught. Very close game. Very close game indeed. Now, Dewalt has gone up to 5 bases, so Mihu really needs to take a 4th. Really very, very important. Looks like this SCV going to be killed off. He is thinking about taking this location, though. That's what that SCV shows us. Looks like we had a little trade of an EMP for a Stasis right there. Is he actually going to attack in here? This is kind of crazy. Well, if you can get some good storms off, maybe it turns out to be worth it. That's a pretty decent storm, but that was like 4 High Templars in that shuttle, and that's all it did. And he lost an Arbiter. Again, not a great attack. And it's something I've been talking about a lot in this series, is that I think Dewalt is attacking when he doesn't need to. Right now, the onus is on Mihu to get something done. He's down a couple of bases. His minerals are going to dry up. And honestly, his whole army's over here. To attack into the smallest area against the entire army, not going to be a great play. Now Mihu taking another base. This is a good location for Dewalt to hit. He's going to move up, start clearing this, but this is tiny, right? It's like 4 or 5 units only. Tries to stasis on the ramp. Too slow for that, unfortunately. So just stasis 1 Vulture, about the worst stasis you could ever come up with. Not a great moment there for Dewalt. Definitely wants to get rid of this base. Not that many units, unfortunately. Another Nexus coming up for Dewalt here. Oh, Dewalt right now is getting Hallucination. Okay, that's very cool. So Hallucination, you use that to fly over mass turrets with a recall. So I think that's something we're going to end up seeing here. Very exciting to see. Now, a lot of units getting stuck for Terran. Mihu having a hard time getting up his ramp. A decent size storm right there. Catches a couple tanks. Another storm on those vultures, not hitting quite as much. There you go. That's a beautiful storm. Dropping out some more size storms for these siege tanks. Oh my god, the value is immense. Tons and tons of damage, but a lot of Dragoons do get plastered down there, so Dewalt gonna pull back. Dewalt on a very healthy pro count right now. Mihu's still 50 SCVs. His main base is pretty much dry, so is his natural. So he's just getting this in the nick of time. You know, you always need to have 2 bases mining minimum as Terran. Now, up comes some Zealots. It looks like he wants to try to clear this once again. Zealots will drag some mines in here, kill off the siege tanks that do remain, but the rest of the army close enough that Mihu should be able to retake this very quickly. And he does. Maintains this base, maintains the mining, which is so, so important to his survival in this game right now. We have Arbiter energy, High Templar energy coming. What are actually the upgrades? Let's take a look. 2 attack against 2 attack. Mihu not getting any other upgrades at the moment. Almost looks like TVT with just +2. All right, gonna go ahead and siege and try to take down this base. Let's see if Mihu is able to actually kill it off, or will he get busted? Here we go. Size storms dropping absolutely everywhere. Beautiful bomb out there. And with this many size storms on those siege tanks, you do expect for the army to fall. But no, not quite. Mihu keeps it going for a little bit, but as some more units come up, is he going to be able to continue? 1 siege tank remains. Of course, eventually the stasis will run out. Mihu's sending more units down as well to reinforce. Right? Ooh, that was actually a really nice size storm on top of everything. EMP goes off, does connect with that Arbiter, resetting its energy. Well done. Zealots being bombed once again. A crazy, scrappy battle right now, and a very important one at that. Definitely Dewalt needs to hold on to this base. It's going to be very painful if he ends up losing it. Now, don't forget, he does have a couple of really well-mining bases over here, but everything else is starting to go dry or is dry already. So you really got to think about how many bases actually exist on the map, right? You got this one, and then this one's in the middle, and this one's on Mihu's side. So really, like, if Dewalt loses the space, what does he do? He kind of needs to retake it. It's not like there's somewhere else he can expand to. All right, Mihu continues this push. The Goliath's doing a great job of kind of zoning everything back here. Spreading his tanks, moving them forward. Trying so hard to break in up here. 3 speed shuttles come down, full of Dragoons and Zealots. Gonna just bomb on top of everything. Dropping those Zealots out. Dragoons from the high ground as well, coming down for the fight. And I think he is gonna clear every single siege tank, which makes it a lot easier to clear everything else for these Dragoons. Some mines being laid, but Dewalt with too many Dragoons, more tanks coming down. This back and forth battle is madness. Still, there's a lot of units for Dewalt. Back at his rally point, but losing quite a few Dragoons here. There's a little group over here as well, maybe just zoning out so that he can keep this base operational. Not a bad choice if that's what that's there for. Definitely need to keep these bases mining. Dewalt trying to push through once again. A lot of mines there to try to clear. A lot of vultures coming up. Those cannons going to be dealt with very quickly. Double Arbiter coming up. Almost enough for stasis on both of them. There is EMP energy here, though. Oh my god, if this can EMP both the Arbiters, that's going to be absolutely huge. And he gets one of them. He gets one, so that's really solid. But EMP is ready on this one. A pretty solid EMP. Gets a lot of the vultures there. One of the tanks also. Trying to push back this other science vessel. Not enough, though. Plenty of detection. A lot of Dragoons being splattered. Is Mihu going to win BSL here? I'm not entirely sure. Let's take a look at his mining still. Almost out of this base, so he's going to be down to 1 mining base, but he's killing this base just in the nick of time that I feel like he still has a chance in the game, maybe? But look at this. A 5 Dragoon drop. That's different. Looks like 4 Dragoons get out before the shuttles end up dying. So, I mean, it's annoying, but Dragoon's not that strong. The siege tanks and SCVs together should be able to knock that out. Dewalt moving up and around. His Nexus gets eliminated. He's taking this base that's actually on Mihu's side of the map. Might end up working, though. Not that many units over here. Not that fortified an area for Mihu to push easily into that new base. How is this game going to go? This is just a crazy battle that we've seen back and forth. Another drop coming out here from Dewalt. Okay, he doesn't get out. He doesn't get out the High Templar. Just the 3 Zealots. The 1 High Templar not going to make it. No Psystorm there. Picking off a few units here and there. Mihu battling back strongly. Bringing units up to clear the Zealots out of this mining base. Mihu is dry except for these mineral patches. So and these are 1/3 of the way gone already. So that's an issue. Oh my god, he actually has expanded to the mid here. Can he actually bring his entire army down here and hold this location? He might actually be able to do it. Like, this base is not something I imagine being taken. Especially by Terran, but here Mihu goes. Dewalt now expanding in this top left area. Kind of crazy. All right, Mihu with the +3 attacks, setting up. Very strong defensive position. Needs to send a lot of SCVs here. Okay, some SCVs are being sent down now. This base, pretty worthless at this point. Honestly, doesn't even need the gases anymore. He's got over 2k gas. Again, a very vulture-heavy player, so going to be hard for him to ever spend that much. Now, this Arbiter flying around, this might actually go for a recall into the main base. Oh, no, with this many vessels, that is just never going to happen. Throws the EMP down. The recall actually still goes off, but is this a good move? I don't think so. Another EMP goes off, so only 1 Psystorm makes it, and he's going to absolutely destroy that. But in the meantime, a counterattack here from Dewalt. Double defense matrix goes off. That's not going to be enough when you only have 3 siege tanks. Kills off this base, forces a lift, going to kill the science facility as well, which is really the only place that you can dump gas is Mihu at this point. Some siege tanks being picked off. Oh my god, the Psystorm amazing, down to 25 SCVs. Do we have another Psystorm? No, we do not. Not there, but some more are going to be walking up now. Let's see what he can get done. Psystorms onto these siege tanks and Goliaths. A lot of damage being dealt here to Mihu's army. A great defense matrix to counter that Psystorm. Woo! Mihu down to 20 workers. Dewalt, 3 mining bases against 1. I think Dewalt has this, man. This is not looking good for Mihu right now. And if that's the case, that means we're going to go to a game number 7 between these guys. We'll see. Mihu bringing up probably the last attack of the game. He really can't reinforce this at all, so he needs to kill 2 bases to make this game even once again. Let's see about it. Up comes the Arbiter. Okay, Stasis is 2 of the siege tanks. Comes in. Kills a tank. Okay. A Storm. Gonna pick off a couple more siege tanks from that high ground position. Backing up now, rightfully so. Those siege tanks very scary here. Mihu must continue this push forward. No, okay, here comes the rest of Dewalt's army. He is up so much supply at this point. And 30 of it is in army, so still should be able to bust through here. His Dragoons fighting against these tanks as they unfreeze from that stasis. Observer is here, spotting those mines, and he's going to pick off these last 2 siege tanks. What does Mihu have left? Okay, 3 more siege tanks, 2 Goliaths coming out. His Vulture count down to just about nothing. Like 1 Vulture remains. Another speed shuttle coming. You know what? I think this is it. Dewalt gonna bring us to a game number 7. GG.